Hello there, and welcome to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3.
Yes, welcome to E3 2014.
We are extremely excited to be able to kick this off for you, starting right now and going forever.
Yeah, basically, as long as the floor is open, there will be something going on this stream.
Yes.
And we've only got like a couple seconds break in between segments to get things turned over, so it's going to be packed.
And we're going to be showing you everything. I'm hoping that most of the people out there have actually seen the digital event that we just aired, which has, of course, I mean, way too much stuff to talk about. But we're going to be going deep in a lot of those games. Really deep, obviously, into Smash Brothers, which is one of my personal favorites. But we're not just doing stuff that we talked about in the event, yeah?
Worth pointing out, we're going to have a lot of exclusive content here on the stream. A lot of guests are going to be dropping by, a lot of surprises. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's not available on the show floor, and you're not going to see it anywhere else. So you're going to want to stay tuned here to see everything we've got going on. And I guess we should introduce ourselves as well.
Yes,
people are like, who are these people on the stage?
My name is Nate Bildorf. I am Treehouse old guard, I guess. Yes, I joined in 2000. My first game was doing the English writing on the original Paper Mario. Worked on a billion games since. You're a little bit newer, but I think your experience when you joined the Treehouse was probably pretty similar to mine.
Yeah, for sure. My name's Samantha Robertson. I'm a writer in the Treehouse, and I joined about 3 years ago. I think my first game was Pushmo for the Nintendo 3DS. But it's very cool finally having a chance to come in and see this little corner of the building that's totally locked off. It's all badge security, and getting a chance to peek back there. And this is where all of the games come from, which has been a real blast.
I imagine there's a lot of people out there who are like Treehouse. We have no idea what this is. Essentially, the Treehouse is the division at NOA that works directly with the developers on the games. And you know, every single time we've expanded, and we've grown to be quite a big group over the years. Every new person that comes in has that same look on their face, which is like, I can't believe I'm getting paid to do this. This is ridiculous. This is my dream job.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a blast.
working on games, and I love games. But
there's the downside,
yes.
And the downside is that we never get to talk to people about what we do. We're operating under such secrecy that you go home at the end of the night, and people are like, how was your day? I was like, it was good.
No spouses, no friends. Yeah, no telling your mom about your day's work.
So it's all like super down low.
And it's especially bad because we are so passionate about the games that we're working on.
We want to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly, and we can't. And so I don't really understand exactly how we've done this year.
But we did.
Somehow we managed to cut out all the red tape, and we are going to be bringing people out of the Treehouse, and we're going to talk about all our games.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I should point out, none of us are like media people. We don't really have a lot of experience being up here doing hosting or any kind of this sort of thing. It's very much not our element. So I apologize in advance. Things are probably going to get a little weird. We spend most of our time hiding behind our computer monitors, which is nice and safe and quiet. So
yes, we're going to break things.
We'll see what happens. Kind of roll with us with this as we go.
And we are not going to be the only people that people see.
No,
obviously, we're going
to
be bringing all kinds of people out from the Treehouse.
Speaking of, do you take a look at the schedule? We've got some pretty awesome coming up later today.
Yes, there are people from without the Treehouse as well who are going to be coming in. We are going to be fortunate enough to get some time with the developers of a lot of the games that we saw in the event, and some that we actually haven't spoken of yet.
Yeah.
And I saw one name popped out on the schedule at 12:40 today.
Be good.
Is going to be Mr. Miyamoto, who's going to come and show us. I don't even know what, but he's gonna show us
some special new projects I think he's been working on at the office in Japan. So finally getting a chance to bring those out to show us. So yeah, there's going to be a ton of content. At the end of the day, we're going to switch right over to the Super Smash Bros. Invitational as well. So this is the place to be. Just stick with us, and we're going to bring you tons of content over the course of the entire show. And hopefully you have as much fun as we do. This is a really kind of neat experience to have a chance to do.
All right, I think I'm ready.
Yeah?
I think I'm ready.
All right.
So I think we're going to actually cut out here for about 90 seconds to switch over. When we come back, I'm going to, I get to stay on stage actually and show people one of my favorite things from the digital event, which is Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, a game that I'm personally really excited about.
It's been a blast. We've played that a fair bit at the office, and it's worth checking out. So yeah, stick with us. We'll be back in a few seconds, and hope you enjoy what we got to show you.
All right.
See you later.
See you in a bit.
Bye. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing how that game looks when everybody's here. It's so fun.
Hop it in.
Ready for adventure!
Hey, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse live at E3. I'm Ed. I'm an associate producer in the Treehouse, and I'm really excited to be here with Nate and Corey, fellow Treehouse members. We're going to be sitting here talking about some of the things that you've seen at the digital events. Very specifically, we're going to do a little deep dive into Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. And Corey, why don't you just go jump us in here?
All right. So, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, of course, we just announced this game. Super excited. I don't know if I'm as excited, more excited as Nate for this game.
Yeah, I don't think you could be more excited than me.
One thing, you know, that we're doing this year at Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 is we've got some special levels that aren't here on the show floor. So, one thing I wanted to start out with was one of those exclusive levels. So, we're going to hop into Mushy Monument Mayday.
And I love Captain Toad so much. I loved him since the first moment I saw him in Super Mario Galaxy. Look at that. Look at him.
It was love at first Toad.
So you might recognize, you know, Captain Toad from him in Super Mario 3D World. Of course, the objective here in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is to get this star at the end of the course. What's fun about this level, though, is this game is that you can manipulate the level using the gyro controls or the right control stick to move around in different angles. So as you're playing the game, you see this treasure here I'm trying to get to. Oh, might need to go the other way around.
That was a dead end. Yeah,
there we
dead
go.
end in there.
Yoo-hoo.
The game also, you know, as Captain Toad, you're not able to do things like jump. He's got that big backpack on, so that weighs him down. Pushing some buttons, though, you can hear him kind of make some good Toad noises. Here, to get through this portion of the level, I'm actually going to use the gamepad touchscreen to manipulate this elevator.
Nice. Going up.
There we go. And I'm usually a completionist, so I'm going to try to get as many coins as I can along the way.
These levels in 3D World were always so relaxing to me. It was like the Mario levels are like panic, and then you get a moment where you get to just wander around a little bit more cerebral.
You're not really trying to rush your way through these stages. They're kind of playing at your own pace. You know, this Shy Guy here might normally be more of a threat, but or not as much of a threat in Super Mario 3D World as Mario, but here, since I can't actually jump, oh my gosh, I can dash with the B button, fortunately, and eventually this Shy Guy will get tired. There we go.
Oh.
I'm able to pluck a
You
little
just got to
vegetable
outlast
out.
him.
Oh, I missed him. Let's get another one. Oh god. There we go.
Nice, good work. Yeah, I love the Toad dash in quotes, I feel.
I just love how, like, because he's not the strongest character, that a turnip is like this. It's like an AK-47 for Toad.
That's
you
his
know?
weapon
It's
of choice.
It's like he becomes unstoppable.
So in this section of the level, I'm trying to, you know, make my way up to that star by tapping these little icons there. See if I can get through
Man,
here.
you already lost me. I have no idea
And
what's going on.
well, there's actually this secret down here, secret gem,
nice.
and if I tap here, I'm actually able to go in throughout this way. So
Nice.
moving that camera around is really key when you're playing the game. Let's go.
I see. So you were. I see it's tracking your little diamonds there, your little gems up in the corner side. That, I guess that helps you scratch your completionist itch. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know you've gotten everything.
So satisfying when you've got them all.
Good work.
More. One of the things that I love about these games, especially because you're basically looking at, when every level starts, you're looking at the whole thing. You know, it's almost like just a 3D puzzle that you're holding in your hands, and you're just kind of rotating it around and looking at it and seeing what you're about to get into. Something about that is really, really striking to me.
Just like you said, you have to take your time. You have to take your time to like assess the situation fully.
Captain Toad is not one to rush into
I
adventure.
don't think he's one to rush into
So-
anything.
One thing I like about this level that we're playing here is, of course, you know, the Captain Toad levels in Super Mario 3D World were great. There just were not enough of them, and so the variety here is actually pretty astounding. You know, this is a giant dragon we're trying to make avoid his fireballs here. Of course, again, going back to the fact that Captain Toad can't attack. It's really just trying to sneak your way past. And I love if I keep Toad idle here for a moment, you'll actually see him shiver in terror.
You better move, man. You see
Oh, no.
yeah. Yeah.
Traditionally, you know, the Toad characters are not the bravest normally. Oh, no.
Oh man, you just took it. Oh, you're tiny now.
You can take one hit. There we go.
Oh, right on.
I just wanted to show the viewers at home that
Oh,
yes,
no, that's
you're not
good. That's
invincible as
excellent.
Toad.
That's excellent demoing, dude.
I've always thought Toad was the sort of metaphor for the everyman in the universe.
And he is absolutely frightened right now. But I think, as Nate mentioned one time, you can almost see him writing in his journals when he gets home about how heroic and brave he was.
Yeah, exactly. In this moment.
So here I'm collecting one of the gems as well, and this is a gem that I think I missed probably the first 5 times I played the levels. So you're going to find yourselves playing these levels again and again, trying to complete them, get all the gems.
And the coins, man. Don't forget those.
All right.
I'm loving the design of this dragon. EAD Tokyo, these guys, I can't say enough about their designers and animators. It's just gorgeous.
I love plucking things as well. All right, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
Oh no, you see the lava rising here slowly as I'm making my way up through. Just one other obstacle. Oh, go ahead and get this here.
I'm very interested to see how this ends. Corey, how are you going to deal with this, dude?
Should I go ahead and dash? This is, by the way, the fastest Captain Toad can run. So I am holding down the B button.
Be careful, man.
Oh,
Don't.
no.
Of course, stopping to pluck as many coins as possible.
You have to.
You are a
You
man
have
after
to.
my own heart.
There we go. Make our way up here.
Oh. That view is awesome.
Nice. Oh.
Awesome.
I love the animations too.
Yeah. What I'm loving is the evolution of this guy as an actual character. I mean, in the original Galaxy, there was sort of Toads scattered all over the place, and he was the captain. I don't think we'd even named him then. Actually,
I don't remember him being named.
Yeah, he was there, and he was only notable because he was wearing a headlamp, which I guess when you get promoted in the Toad universe, you get a headlamp.
That's your stripes.
Yeah.
You get a lamp.
And then it seemed like he had a bigger role in Galaxy 2, but then by 3D World, he was in a parallel adventure to you. I mean, he was collecting stars.
He was always there. You could help him out at certain times
Yeah, I mean,
as well.
he
He might
had
have gotten himself into a situation.
Yeah. I like to think about this as like maybe these things were going on while I was playing. While Mario was running through 3D World.
Like the parallel story.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Toad was secretly going around collecting all this stuff, and we actually had no idea about it.
So this next level that we're going to check out involves a minecart, and one of the things that makes this one special is that it uses the Wii U gamepad in a really fun way. So I'm going to go ahead and hop in for the ride, and my focus now can be actually on the Wii U gamepad from a first-person perspective, aiming with gyro controls here, throwing turnips. The turnips will collect the treasures. Oh,
You gave up that first diamond.
Yeah, what happened there, man?
did I miss the first diamond? Oh,
up
can I
there.
get it?
You got
Can I get it? There we go.
Nice.
I just wanted
All
to wait for it. Patience.
Yeah, this is really cool because I don't know what they're seeing on the feed, but like you and I, Ed, are watching
We
on the
see the
TV
third
this like
person.
cinematic awesomeness
Yeah.
as Corey is doing things in first
He's
person.
pretty much got FPS view there.
There we go. Oh, let's see if I can get these flying bitty bugs here.
First-person turnip shooter. That's Toad's
We're
thing.
so gritty.
This is just a
Nintendo
normal
becomes so
day.
gritty.
A normal day for Captain Toad. Oh. Get this POW block.
Nice.
If I can nail it. Oh,
I didn't even
Oh,
see it.
the
I didn't see
stacks.
it. I assume they blew up.
oh yeah.
I was
definitely.
also mesmerized by the coin stacks.
Going down.
What are you doing? There's a diamond there. Oh,
Oh
dude.
no, I was
Oh,
focused
see,
on the
because he's
gamepad.
he's got the other view.
That's how you break the demo. Leave no diamond behind.
So
All
cute.
right.
Yeah.
Toad's ridiculous.
Yeah, totally.
Give me my star. Hope you'll notice there's a few more
Oh,
coins
yeah.
there as you're turning the camera. So it really does encourage you to explore each nook and cranny of these levels because there's going to be hidden treasure, in the most unexpected places.
Yeah, yeah. That visual of sort of turning it in your hands, like, oh, what am I missing?
Right.
Even the logo is a level.
Yeah, no, that's really awesome. I like that
All
design.
right, got a couple more levels to show. Next up, we can check out one of my favorites, which is the
Yes.
Mystery Mansion, kind of a ghost house level. I always loved, ghost houses just because they're always kind of puzzling. You're always going to have to go a little bit slower, figure out your way through.
Here's where Toad's terror gets fully justified.
Yeah, I know.
So the first thing I'm going to do here is just move the control stick to find out where I'm even supposed to go, like where my objective
right
is.
on
So,
you.
oh no!
Yeah, that was.
You know, I want to.
First
Start out
First you have to
challenging.
deal
Oh,
with local threats.
All right.
Then you admire
Get
the
in here.
scenery.
Oh no!
Oh, that popped you right back in. Come on, Corey, you can't die. This is our first demo.
Come on,
Don't
come
die.
on, Goomba.
You can't leave us.
Oh no! I'm gonna. Come on! There we
There he
go.
goes.
Oh no!
I'm shaking in terror.
There we go. I think I've got
Drop
it
it.
now.
All right.
So
good
yeah, I
work.
mean,
All right, now look around
you
the
know,
level.
in a
I think Corey
Mario
deserves
game,
some
if I
applause.
were Super Mario, I could have
Yeah.
just jumped on it. I
Right,
think that
yeah.
highlights some of the fun of this game, is that even a simple Goomba can cause quite a threat to your
Yep.
character.
You need a mushroom or something,
so,
man. to
yeah.
start.
So the star in this level is actually there. Oh, we got it.
Oh, nice gem.
On the rooftop up here, so I can see it right up there. But, oops.
You have a real
So-
problem. That door goes nowhere.
So now I'm actually seeing that I can tap the some of the
Uh,
doors represented by this
Cool.
almost like pink purple
Oh,
outline.
yeah, I
And
should
I'm
have
actually
noticed
able to now move over here. It's kind of blocked, so again, using the unique gamepad features touchscreen, get that out of the way, and keep on moving along, trucking along.
Dope.
Oops. Now I'm in another pickle here. Can try tapping here.
And the fact that he's
Nice.
small is like stressing me out. Like this is an adorable game.
You
It's
and me
really
both.
stressing me out.
You and me both. There we go.
Corey did that on purpose.
Yeah,
just to
that's
put
right.
you through
He's
this.
upping the tension.
So maybe I can go which way here? Maybe this way? No? Let's go. Which way do I want to go here?
Oh, there you go. You're in like a back.
What's that?
You're in that back corridor. I want you to go after those Goombas, man. Look at that
Want me to
Goomba
go?
tower.
Oh yeah, I definitely
They
want
have
to go
your
that
they
way.
have your stuff.
You got to go with stat.
Want to go? Oh, there we go. So go here. Let's see here. There we go.
Cerebral, man. Cerebral.
Okay, now this Boo here. Let's see if I can make my way past him as small Toad. Oh goodness.
Oh.
That light really comes in handy on my headlamp.
Yeah, that's
there.
why they give the captain the light in case of booze.
They don't care about any
Oh, no.
of the other lower ranking
Whoa.
toads.
Gonna go.
Nice. Ah!
Corey, man, you are giving me a heart
I'm
attack.
living dangerous as Captain Toad.
Oh.
There we go. I'm gonna try
That's
to
right.
line this
I
up.
would
Oh,
I would suggest leaving that gem be. You're not. Look at they're taller than you, man. You can't do anything about that.
There
I
we
love this
go.
'cause obviously it brings into play like the sort of like backseat
Oops.
Captain
I need
Toad
to put this
driver
back
in
over
the
here.
house.
Yeah, are we really
There we
annoying? Corey? Are we like?
I'm
this-
just
this is
trying
making
not
things
to,
so-
try not to lose my
Oh,
life
there
here.
we
Now
go.
that I've got
There
my,
we go.
I'm gonna go this way here.
Nice.
Set this up, and I think we
Oh,
got
nice.
it there.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
Beautiful.
Well done.
Good work.
All right, so now I'm gonna move this guy back. Come in here.
All right.
All right.
So I don't even know what we call this genre of game. I mean, it's not a puzzle game. It's not, it's not a, like, I mean, what do you even call it? It's its own thing.
It's totally.
The levels
Totally
themselves
something.
feel like puzzles, but there's that
There's an
action,
action
there's
element,
an action
obviously.
element.
You know.
But you got to use your brain, man. I mean, I would have been staring at those doors for like,
Yeah.
I feel
Wondering like
in the
what-
comfort of my
how
own
is this
home.
gonna
Run.
pan out in the end.
Wow.
Good work.
I was
That
a little
was-
worried there.
Yeah, you were, man.
Well, and I love what what we're seeing. Obviously, is like Corey's no slouch with this. Like, and it's still hard. Like this stuff is not. These aren't cakewalks.
Let's do one more. Do
You
we have
gotta
time?
use your
Do we have
brain.
time for
I
one
think
more?
we've got time for
Yeah.
one more.
Awesome.
So we'll go to, let's check out Walleye Temple.
Ah, yes, the walleyes. They're those little like they look kind of like thwomps, yeah.
Yeah. On the move.
This level is actually probably, it might look, closest to what fans are familiar with Super Mario 3D World. This
Right.
one is actually really simple. All I have to do is just walk across this bridge and I'm at the star. So this one may just take a second.
Why do I not believe you?
You saw
It's
that
never
before.
that easy.
I'm in the drink now. You might notice these coins appearing. I'm actually going to slide my finger across the touchscreen now, and I can actually
right
see
on.
some more appearing. Collect some coins.
Yeah, we didn't do any of that stuff in the other levels, but can you affect other things by touching the screen? I mean,
Absolutely. So this this walleye character here, I can try
you
to
freeze
just
him?
dash past him with the the B, holding down the B button. Another way I could do that is just tapping him, holding him with the gamepad touchscreen,
and cruise.
and get past him easier.
That's easy mode though, man. You can't. No more doing that.
Okay, no more for now.
That's
I
what
just
my
wanted to
mom's
show-
going to do. I'll show her that move.
All right. Try to time everything just perfectly. If you try to go too fast, you're gonna fall in the drink here. Oh.
Slow and steady. It's the Toad credo. I love seeing him pulling up grass. I mean, I played a lot of Super Mario Brothers 2.
Oh man.
Seeing any Toad sitting there and
It's so
making a business of pulling up
reminiscent
grass.
of that. Like, I can almost feel the weight of him pulling those up in Super Mario 2.
That little face that he made.
Yeah.
Oh no! This was a little hidden nook down here that I may not have seen. All right. Dash up this wall. Nice. Stairs here.
Those coin stacks are delectable.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Every time he shifts the camera, it's like I'm seeing something that we probably need to go in there and go in that nook. I feel like there's a lot of things you could just miss in the level.
Yeah,
anytime
I mean,
you go through
it's sort of, it brings about this dynamic nature of something that, not only is he working the angles, but I mean, this level is operating on its own while you're doing that.
Yeah.
So you're going to see something different in any moment with any sort of perspective change.
All right. All right, almost up here. Got 2 walleyes to get past if I can sneak past them. Since Nate is not allowing me to use the touch screen anymore, I'm gonna walk past that one there.
Steady as she goes.
Sometimes I just want to just push the A button and just hear Toad.
You're cueing him doing that?
Oh yeah, I'm just pushing the A button.
That's your little victory dance. I was actually hoping.
Everyone loves that voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's the voice of victory.
It is.
I was actually wondering, you mind jumping back into I forget, what was the first level that we were in?
The first level that we played was the Mushy Monument.
Will you just jump back in there really quick? I want to see how that Shy Guy was behaving. I need to go back in there. We have enough time to do that, right? We have like a minute or so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I just wanted to take a gander at this level again. Did you get everything the first time through? Because I got totally confused. You went in this first hole, and you were going after that gem, but was it not in there?
No, I believe so I went in the first one, and I'm like, obviously it's totally in there, and then you're actually blocked by this wall.
You're like pulling on the control stick right now.
I'm using the control stick to move around the camera. If I were to just go in here and not shift the camera, I can use the motion controls as well. But and then you're coming and peeking around here, and you're finding, there's another way down there.
This is why they have me on here as the intellectually challenged guy who you have to explain everything to because you didn't figure out how you got.
I actually did miss these coins down here though, which are really easy to miss the first time you play the game. So.
I'm assuming. Well, I mean, it's probably a little bit too early to tell all this stuff, but I'm assuming accumulating that stuff will have something to do with the greater game, and it goes beyond just your own personal obsession with grabbing treasure. And
yeah, any type of treasure you put in front of me, I'm gonna try to collect. But I totally agree. I think you're gonna, Toad loves treasure, right?
I totally didn't notice this, but the devs gave him 99 lives just in case Corey screws the level up.
If he ends this,
it's like just 99. In case we come out here and totally break this and you just died over and over again, we have 99 chances to not fail.
We demand that you don't lose one.
Shy Guy.
Oh. Shy Guy versus Toad.
It's not fair. Yeah. And we saw I'm trying to remember. I literally just saw the digital event this morning with you guys, but we saw a number of different levels in that thing that shows that. I mean, this just seems like kind of only a taste of the variety of stuff that we're going to see. I mean, there was a tower that had Magic Koopas swirling around it. That had a little bit more of that door dynamic going on. We saw there was a cut of him riding that dragon.
Right.
At the end. I still have no idea what that's.
I mean, one of the cool things about Toad is that the limitations sort of that the character has, and it really puts the onus on you to exercise your puzzle brain in this manner.
Sorry for making you do that again, dude. I had to see it.
Well, I didn't collect those first coins that first time.
That's all right.
Cool. All right, we're out of time. Corey, any closing? You won't have time for closing thoughts.
I'm super pumped for it. The game comes out this holiday season. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
It's gonna be awesome.
Ready for adventure.
Cool. We are gonna go to another game that I think everybody is super excited about. I know I am super excited about it. We're going to talk some Splatoon next. You're going to see some Splatoon.
Oh,
What's
yes.
Splatoon? Come on back. And we're going to talk about it. Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. Guys, thanks for coming. We're going to see you again. Yeah,
All right.
we'll talk more.
Bye,
All
everybody.
right.
Hey, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. My name is Nate, and I'm here with Morgan. Morgan?
Hi. Hey, Nate. Good to see you.
Morgan is another member of the Treehouse, one of our esteemed members, and he is going to help me take you through our new obsession.
Yeah, Splatoon. Oh, my God. So fun. So fun. We're here with Eric Smith, one of our other Treehouse game experts. Eric, why don't you go ahead and jump into the tutorial, and let's see what we're working with here.
So we debuted this in our digital event.
Yep.
I can't believe we actually got to sit on this and not have it leak beforehand.
It's so fun.
So talk us through the concept.
Game
concept.
He's going to be playing through the tutorial. We're just going to talk a little about how this game works. It's as you guys probably saw in the Nintendo digital event, it's a 4-on-4 online. We're obviously playing it local right here. Multiplayer, action, shooter, territory, squid, ink splatter, party.
That sounds like a new genre.
It's so fun.
That sounds like a new genre.
Eric's just going to sort of, what you're seeing is just him sort of going through by himself, getting used to the controls. But basically, when the match starts, what he's going to be doing is competing with his team of 4 to splatter as much of the map with ink as possible.
Yep.
And meanwhile, also trying to
splatter everyone else.
Splatter everyone else.
Yep. And the controls really couldn't be easier. So, I mean, anybody who's played any third-person game will be pretty familiar with them. Just in general, the control stick is going to move you. Move your character left and right, and the right control stick is going to move your view around.
It feels like a dual analog shooter, but you've also got the gamepad tilt control, which it feels so good because a lot of times you're not really aiming sort of really that fast twitch style aiming, but you're instead sort of changing the arc of the way you're splattering the ink.
Yeah,
It just feels so good. It's one of my favorite sort of combinations of gamepad dual analog plus motion controls.
Yeah, I actually compared it to, if anybody played the Ocarina of Time remake on the Nintendo 3DS, that sort of fine touch aiming that you would get once you went in when you were aiming a slingshot or something like that.
So good. It just works.
It's really important.
The gameplay fits the game style and back and forth.
All right, so that's enough tutorial.
Yeah.
We can actually jump into the game here. And Eric hopefully is going to show, don't hold back on these guys.
Don't hold back.
Eric, just because we're on a live
So
stream.
this is about to get really crazy really quick.
Yep.
But again, it's going to be a 3-minute round, and at the end of the 3 minutes, they're going to want to see who which team has covered the most of the map, essentially. And part of what's fun about that is you don't really know which team is winning until the end because the ink is being sort of layered on top of each other.
Although one important part of it is tracking it in real time. So I don't know if the feed is showing it right now, but basically your bottom screen, the gamepad, is showing you in real time the coverage over the entire map. So
Absolutely.
You can see like, oh man, pink team is.
Oh yeah, you can tell when your team's falling behind, but then you might get really focused on, a certain, pushing forward or chasing this guy, and then you look down and suddenly your team's winning.
So what Smitty here is doing is really important. Laying down a good layer around his home base.
Yeah.
Not only is this basically, giving you advantage because eventually you need to cover the most ground to win, but it also means your movement is automatically going to be a little bit better because you're faster through it.
So he just entered sort of this is where a lot of the action happens. It's like the middle of the map. It's a really symmetrical sort of multiplayer map.
Yeah, I'm seeing teal out there. That means that they're.
Oh, look at that! Oh!
I thought Smitty was the good one at this game.
Yeah, I don't know what.
He didn't have any splatters before that. Splattered before splattering. Oh, talk about that. That's
yeah,
important.
so that's a really critical gameplay mechanic. Like he just on the gamepad screen, he just tapped one of his teammates, and that sort of super jumped him right to the location. So it's a territory-based game where you're often fighting over the middle ground or the different sort of choke points, but you don't have to sort of run back from the front. You can hop right to it, and you can also hop back to your spawn point. So you're kind of jumping back and forth between where the action is.
Which is crucial, right? Because you can look down at your map and basically see, oh man, they're around my base. I'm seeing paint, like bad paint, bad ink around my base.
See here, he's swimming. As a squid, you can swim through your ink really quickly. So you also have an advantage. The more territory you have covered in ink, the more you can use your squid abilities. And then it's just sort of, everything sort of plays into, the more territory you have, the more advantage you have.
There you go.
Ooh.
Oh. This is a hotly contested zone in the middle, obviously. And this, of course, this is all being tracked, basically. So you're the number of times he gets splattered, the number of times
it's all adding to his own score. So, I mean, it's a team game. You're playing to be the team with the most territory, but you're also going to get ranked based on the amount of territory you covered.
So take a look up at this map. Who knows if they're showing this on the feed, but Morgan and I are looking at this map where pink is just getting annihilated. You can see that blue basically has...
Yeah, blue's got it.
I mean, there's less than a minute left, and they have a really, really good stronghold, and they're even driving deeper into pink's territory.
But the thing is, I've played enough of this that a lot of times it's the last 30, 20, even 10 seconds that make a difference, because you can do one last charge, and you can coat all that turf with ink, and like, man, I've seen matches swing like crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
See, look.
Oh yeah, they're making inroads.
They're making inroads.
That's a good point too. Every time you're painting over you're inking over someone else's ink, you're essentially doubling the benefit, because not only are you getting more of your territory covered, but you're taking away their territory. Yeah, it's weird.
It's 10 seconds, and we got one pink player making inroads. I think this is going to really come down to it.
Actually, yeah, you're right. They're doing a better job than I thought they were going to.
Although we've got blue doing the same thing.
Smitty. I don't think you got it, man. I don't think you got it at all.
Ooh.
No.
39, 48%.
That's all right. It's only the first round. It's only the first round.
Good guys lost. Bad guys took it.
This gives us a good shot at the. So these guys.
This is great though, because look at this. Eric actually was on the losing team, but he ended up being the highest ranked player. So
got the most.
Kind of nice. You get a little token. It's like, hey, the team lost, but you did your job.
I think we need to take a small moment and talk about this character design, because I'm totally in love with it. These little guys, we're calling these guys Inklings, and I don't know, man. They just look. Everything from the little tentacles as their hair, like one's got pigtails and, and the little...
super cute. I love that they talked about that in the digital event. The dev team talking about how the game, it's an ink-based game, you're shooting ink, you got a character, wait, squids shoot ink. It's just like the way the game and the characters developed in this really sort of organic way, and they both played off each other.
Yeah. I don't think we've even talked about refilling your ink.
No, we have not.
All right, so important mechanic, obviously. You can't just run around.
You don't have unlimited ammo, ink is your ammo. You have a tank on your back there.
Yep.
And it'll refill really slowly if you're just running around, but as a squid, it refills much quicker.
And does it make a difference if you're in your own ink or if you're in? If you're just down on the ground and there's no ink on the ground whatsoever, does it refill as fast if you're parked in your own ink?
When you're a squid form, the ink's going to refill at that faster rate. It doesn't matter what color you're in, but you're always, as a squid, you're always going to want to be in your color ink anyway, because you can move faster, you can swim up walls.
And not only that, you can hide. I mean, I played.
We're about to take a look at the gamepad screen here and give people a better idea of sort of what's happening down there. There's actually a lot going on. Not only is there that real-time sort of view of what's happening, I love it too because it's not like, some shooters you might be like, oh, we're winning 16-8, and you're like, okay, we're down 8, whatever. This is like constantly changing dynamic, and you never have a really good idea who's winning. I mean, you do to a point.
Yeah.
But
you just saw one of his players get splattered right there. And I mean, everyone, all these arrows and your base, basically, you can tap any one of those and jump to at any time, right?
And so those percentages, and it goes down to the decimal. So you're going to win a match 48.6% covered. Like, I don't know what that is right now. It looks like Pink's maybe up, I don't know, 42.
Which is good. It's
so
much
fun.
more organic. You can't be looking and relaxing and saying, oh, we got this in the bag. Because it could be that someone all of a sudden is tearing up through your back area.
And also, I don't know if we still have the gamepad feed up, but if we do, you can also, like we talked about, you see where your teammates are. You can tap either their icon on the map or their little icon off to the side, and you'll fly right to the spot.
Oh, that works too? Up there?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Wow, you could have told me that beforehand, man.
Yeah,
We've been
I
playing this game in the Treehouse for like ages. You never tell me that stuff?
I got to keep a few tricks up my sleeve. So Eric's going to go ahead and use a super jump here, I think, to get back to the front lines. Look at that.
Yeah, and that actually,
that
happens to me all the time.
That's exactly.
You jump to the front lines and you're just in the middle of a
Well,
total
because you have
fight.
one teammate left up there on the front line. You're like, I got to go help him out, but chances are he's outnumbered at that point. So
yeah, you're going to be landing right in the middle of like an intense ink fight. Yeah. So you can see since he's laid down so much ink over here, he can just turn into a squid and just cruise.
Yeah, cruise. And I've seen.
And actually, we didn't talk about this, but those things he's hopping over, there definitely are surfaces that you can't put ink on.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's important too because you can't. It means you can't like climb all walls. There's certain areas where you can't hide.
And the ink on the walls actually isn't going to counter your total, but it's going to help your team have an advantage to like swim around and up and down.
You can if you ink a wall, you can just hide in there though.
Yeah,
right?
you can totally just hide.
Chill. What do you think, Smitty? What's the verdict?
I think Pink took this one. I'm calling it Pink.
Oh!
Oh, look at that.
0.9%.
Yeah, 0.9. See, and the thing is that 0.9% was probably like two little ink splats.
Just a couple of splats of ink.
Yeah.
Gotta keep playing. Wow, somebody else was carrying you that time, Smitty. Who's that on your team?
Yeah.
Is that Holdman over there? He's carrying you up.
All right, so we're gonna have these guys go back to the tutorial and sort of, I think a lot of people were seeing a match for the first time, and we're gonna use this opportunity to sort of slow down and just let people, talk a little bit more about what they just saw before they hop into the next match. So.
Yeah. Well, it gives me a chance to talk over some stuff that I saw in the trailer that I didn't even know was in the game.
Yeah.
And obviously we're just gonna have to speculate about this stuff, but we definitely saw different weapon types. There was like a giant paint roller that they're rolling around with, just like painting the floor.
Oh my God! I mean, yeah, we're not seeing that in this version we've got playable, but I mean, just imagine the different weapons.
Yeah. No, I was already, and they showed a bunch of different maps on. We're obviously showing just this one here, but every time I saw the overhead views of new maps, I was already in my head like, okay, that's a choke point. That's a choke point. I got to get that high platform.
Well, Eric right here is sort of using this. He's sort of doing a strategy where you shoot ink, swim through it, and you by like
pop out.
Shooting ink, swimming through it, you can like increase your rate of speed like through the map. It's unbelievable.
Oh man, I gotta practice.
Yeah.
I am not that good yet. Hopefully they won't actually put me on one of these units for any of these segments. I think I'd do all right, but not like that.
See, Eric kind of just showed for the people at home just how quickly you can get to across the map by using that sort of combination of shooting ink, swimming through it, shooting ink, swimming through it.
Now that I'm taking the time to stare at it too, it's kind of awesome how you can see the ink tank in the back, exactly how depleted it is.
Yeah,
at all times. That's totally.
And there's a little red arrow on that ink tank too, and that's actually the level you have to have it at to throw an ink bomb. It's like a splatter bomb.
Oh yeah, we haven't even talked about
those. There it was.
He
He just threw one. So.
Now that dumped way like a ton
it takes
of
that
ink
much,
out.
like 70% of that tank.
Right. So you can't just go and spam splatter bombs.
Yeah, you can.
All right, let's get in there. We didn't even talk about going through grates either.
I know.
There's too much to talk about in this game, man.
Well, that's why we're slowing down, letting him play the tutorial so we can remember all this stuff.
I can't slow down.
As soon as this match starts, it's gonna get crazy.
Loading up, loading players.
So
I've actually seen a lot of different ink colors too. I think that is this randomly spawning which ink colors it is every time we play this
yeah,
demo?
we've got 3 sets of ink colors, and
you got to figure that some people. Oh, we're gonna hop over here. We're gonna hop over to this other gamepad. Morgan, come back over here.
Yeah.
As we're waiting, we can talk about one other thing that I want to talk about, which is the. Tell me what the super weapon's called. Is it a super weapon?
Yeah, super weapon. So
All right, we're gonna try to get Smitty. We're gonna try to get you to get one of those. I don't think you busted that out in the last match, but in this match, talk to me how exactly super weapons fill up and what they do for you, basically.
yeah, so as the ink's sort of filling up the tank, or as you're splattering and as you're like covering the ground, your score is going up. So like every new bit of turf that you cover is going to add to that total. So it's not like it has to be claimed for the first time. And as your little meter fills up, you then get this like super weapon. You click the right thumbstick, pull out this like, it's basically a giant bazooka.
Full of ink.
Yeah, and you only have as many shots as, it's like a timer. It's like a cooldown.
So if you fire at will, basically. Fire as fast as you possibly can, and you'll be spraying ink
Exactly.
everywhere.
It's like a cooldown timer. So.
No, and sorry, I didn't understand your explanation. The way it fills up is every time you're painting over anything, that's basically adding to like a point total.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
that and that is filling the meter up. The point total
Exactly.
you're doing. Does that have anything to do with when?
So they're gonna get going here again. So we're gonna.
Oh, okay. Are you telling me to stop talking?
No. I'm just saying
I was amusing anecdote.
Yeah. Well, I just
kidding.
want to make sure that we're focused on
Let's focus on the
Eric and
gameplay. See if you can get me a super weapon, man. I need to see it.
Yeah. So what you're gonna see is sort of. So you see his score going up. He's got 23, 24. What that's counting is sort of how much new turf is covered by his ink from his tank, not his team. That's his individual score.
Gotcha.
So
this is what I don't focus on when I'm playing. I'm just running around like must spray everything because it feels too good.
And yeah, as that's going up, that meter's filling up.
He just
Oh.
Come on.
Oh, we got him.
Did you get him?
And you get a little bump for that too. Like when you splatter another player, you get a little point bump.
Oh,
that's all
right.
going to add to your own total. So that's what we're seeing at the end of matches when like you might be on the losing team but be the first player. It means that like you did a lot of work.
That was awesome. So you see how he escaped that? He threw a splatter bomb into that hallway. Smitty basically turned into squid form, jumped out, and basically dodged the ink explosion.
Yeah.
The wise retreat. Gotta refill, man.
All right, he's got a super weapon ready. Let's see if he's going to use it.
He's gonna get smoked.
Oh,
There he goes. He's got it.
Oh, look at that. He's just laying down these like cyclones, these like swaths of ink. It feels so good too because if you have a big wide open area in front of you, you can just like boom, lay down like.
Yeah. Actually, we were playing this earlier, and I was on a high platform, and someone way below me was firing it. It still hit me. I didn't even see it coming. All of a sudden, there's this cyclone.
Oh, yeah, it's like a 40-foot tall like spinning cyclone wall of ink. You don't want to mess with that.
Smitty's really moving.
Yeah,
There it comes. See, that's exactly what I saw. That was the last thing I saw. The cyclone of ink coming in my face.
And yeah, you were talking about this earlier, the different colors. Now we have sort of orange versus blue. There's 3 sets, and they all look so good. Like just the way the ink looks, the way it reflects.
Yeah,
I've played this game for weeks now, getting ready for E3, and like I've never gotten tired of just shooting ink.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is that I feel like you're not going to just master any map or any strategy. Every single time I play this, I feel like I have to have a different strategy because it constantly evolves.
There's this guy, Ethan, that works in the Treehouse, and like his favorite thing to do is he runs to the other side of the map, shoots one little tiny dot of ink, and then just hides in it. Just sits there.
Yeah, that sounds like Ethan.
So.
Sounds like.
Yeah. We've got about 50 seconds left in this match, so after this match is over, we're gonna kick it back over to the.
Yeah, I think we're probably not even gonna see. I don't think we're even gonna see the end of this match because we have people waving at us saying that somebody way more important than us is waiting over on the deck.
Yeah, one of the most important people in my life since I was a kid.
Yes, we are going to have Mr. Miyamoto on Treehouse Live, Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3's deck coming up next. So we're just going to take a really quick break.
I hope you guys have had a great time looking at Splatoon. We're going to have a bunch more segments.
We get to come back. Yeah, I feel like I need to see this
whole show floor. So yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and then Mr. Miyamoto will be waiting.
Thank you, guys.
So that wasn't. That's live at E3.
What's good about that is we get to see who won this.
See some new strats, Smitty.
I know. This is like, we've had 2 matches in a row that have come down to a decimal point.
Yeah, so this is what I do in this game, is normally I immediately try to paint everything right around my base, but then I make basically this path so that I can go up and snipe people.
I know,
so I
you
can
love
snipe
this.
people. But the problem is, and we saw this in the last match when we had Smitty fighting for this hallway, is you can basically be below that, paint a way up, and then jump through the grate.
Yeah.
And so if somebody's, camping up there like I always do, basically somebody could just pop up from below me and splatter me immediately.
Oh yeah, and I love this. We've got the one map sort of playable here at E3. And I love the way the dev team designed it, because it's sort of a classic multiplayer map, perfectly symmetrical, perfect choke point in the middle. Where
Look at
all
this
the
hallway
action
fight.
happens.
Look at this hallway fight. So he's in there. He's in the ink.
And the thing is, the other.
He doesn't see him. He doesn't see him.
He knows he's around there.
Yeah.
And that's important though. When you're hiding in your ink, you're invisible, but you're not invulnerable. So.
Right. So yeah, if they are shooting ink on the spot that you're hiding, you're gonna get splattered
if they
anyways.
see you duck there and you just don't move, and they shoot. Yeah, exactly. Eric's got his super weapon ready, but I think he's going to do one of my favorite strategies, which is see if he goes up to a higher point and then just sort of lays down some.
They know you're there.
Oh.
See, so they saw his ink splatter basically on the ground. And they knew somebody was there.
He left his super weapon just laying there.
So
His super jump back into the.
Back into it. So my strategy is sort of go up there and camp. But the times I've played with you, you're more the guy who like beelines for as deep into enemy territory as possible and sets up like some choke
I like
points,
to fly because there's that middle point in the map where all the action takes place. So if you can get past that, one person can get up there, sort of be that avant-garde up on the front line.
Yeah.
And then everybody else can feed into that choke point behind you.
Yeah.
And you can hold that off a little bit longer.
Well, and what's so interesting about that central area that's so tightly contested is it's not like a normal shooter. You're in there. You're in a tightly contested spot, and there are firefights, right?
Yeah.
But here, it's like you're not only going in there and having the firefight and people are getting splattered all around you, but whoever has inked the most area in that area has a natural advantage because they can get around the environment so much faster.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you're not just chasing the people there. You're working with what the environment is giving you.
Absolutely. And one thing I think we also haven't talked about is like this game. I feel like has gameplay and depth that like even the most hardcore players in the Treehouse like can't get enough of. But it also has this really low barrier of entry where it reminds me of almost like a Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So it's like it feels like it feels like sort of like it's obviously our take on like a online first-person shooter. But what's great about the mechanic of shooting ink is that even if all you're doing is hanging around by your base, just shooting a wall, you're helping your team win.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You don't have to be out there like, headshot. You don't have to be out there like, cranking up a bunch of splatters. Like, you're helping your team in so many different ways that like, I've seen everybody from the best players to like more casual players all sort of combine and make a really awesome team because everybody plays to their own strengths.
Yeah, totally. I mean, so you like say we had like Trinan on our team. We'd be like, yo, Trinan, just stay at home and just paint the area around the base.
Yeah,
you
don't want Bill.
You don't want to go out into the combat area.
Yeah, just like Bill, paint your house. Pretend you're at home.
Oh man, 0.1%.
Unprecedented.
That's unreal. Yeah. And you don't know until the cat drops the flag.
I've never seen a 0.1%. I think the dev team might need to add a second decimal point, because
Yeah, people are gonna be bitter. They're like, come on, I know I had another 0.1% in me somewhere. Trina's gonna kill us. Yeah. Oh yeah, let's do one more. They're telling us that we have a little bit more time, so we're at all my Splatoon.
Mr. Miyamoto's en route. He's still en route. He's just walking slow.
My Splatoon begging has gotten us a little bit more time.
I saw those pictures yesterday we had of Miyamoto seeing Fizamech on the security camera, so that may be why he's delayed a little bit.
Oh yeah.
He may be making sure that he's not going to crash. Fizamech's not going to crash the party. It's hard to say. So we're getting one more look at the tutorial here, and what's great, I think, about the way this, these guys are playing the same version that all the people here at E3 are going to play, and it's just such a nice E3 version of a game because the tutorial just lets you get used to those controls. It gets you play around, throw some ink down, turn it into a squid,
and then you get 2 rounds. Yeah, plenty of time.
People are going to have a blast. I've already seen people just losing their minds. Like we've even seen people at the end of the match because you have that really like dramatic like. What percent? Who won? Like cheers. Totally. Oh man.
I'm pretty into this sort of gritty. I mean, it's kind of hard to say gritty when everything's so colorful, but this is a really urban environment. We're used to seeing Nintendo worlds with there's Goombas running around. There's colorful mushrooms and happy clouds with faces and stuff like that. I mean, this looks industrial.
It does. It's cool. There's like there's like kind of graffiti on the walls. It's all kind of got that. It's got that kind of street vibe, graffiti, sort of street style.
Yeah.
You got like abandoned warehouse district kind of thing.
Yeah, there's an overpass over there.
And I don't know anything about what other levels are going to look like, but just my imagination runs wild thinking about the way that, you know, we saw some more on that on the video, the digital event, just thinking about the,
Yeah, the different maps.
And the type of maps that can play into the strengths of being able to cover any surface with ink and then swim through it.
I don't think painting the tree does anything, Smitty. Does it? No, it doesn't do anything other than improve aesthetics. You can't hide in the tree trunk, can you? Have you tried that? I have to try that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Next time we get our hands on
I'm sure
this one.
Ethan's tried that. Ethan will find any spot to hide and crouch and then take a coward's way out.
Dude, this is what we just started Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3, and we've already called out like 3 guys who are going to be super pissed at us for saying that they suck at this game. Well, that's what the advantage of having the microphone. We get to do that.
All right, you know, we're going to chance to see another couple rounds here, some bonus coverage.
Smitty, show us something awesome. Inklings are go. Oh man, how have I played this so many times? I've never seen the dude with the headband.
Yeah, headband.
That may be my favorite Inkling yet.
We're gonna kind of watch how, you know, we've been talking a lot, but we're just gonna watch how we can just kind of watch how this game develops. You know, we've got. I'm looking at the gamepad screen here myself, and just it's great too because you can see how your whole team fans out.
Yeah, it's really funny actually. You can see, and somebody. I mean, look at this blue ink. The guy on the blue team just powered through.
That's my style. You get as far up as you can. Don't worry about coverage, and then sort of work backwards.
Man, somebody just splattered. Oh,
boom.
That's all right. That's some quick justice, though. Whoever splattered Smitty got splattered by one of his teammates. So, yeah, whoever's on that blue team, we should be following that guy.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
I love that little squid icon too. We see on the gamepad screen too. Like those people getting to play this game here at E3 are going to get this cool little squid sort of badge icon.
It's blue. So that blue just splattered Smitty and then instantly got a super weapon and started going to town. You got to go take that area, Smitty. It's intense. It's so bizarre to be like, I'm in the middle of this intense firefight, but you're like these Inklings with like ink guns.
I know. It's yeah.
He's splattering everything. It's like it's such a strange yet completely awesome concept. Wow, he is right in your base. He's doing that. That's the Ethan style.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All that was left was a pair of headphones.
And I think these graphics are so pretty and so cute, and just the sort of splatter that it's sort of people may not realize how hardcore this can feel at times.
Yeah.
I mean, like it gives me. I feel like you can be as good as you can think, as good a strategy as you can think of. You can employ it. You know.
I gotta say that's how I've always felt as a longtime Nintendo fan. Is, you know, just because something that is adorable and has kind of cute graphics does not mean that you are not talking about an intense level of depth of strategy.
Oh no, the game is there. Whatever you want to bring to the table, the game will let you bring it.
There you go. So super weapon activate. You can see him just laying out trails of ink there. Smitty has no fear, man. He just diving directly into the deepest pools of blue.
We haven't talked a lot about too, but when you're in your opponent's color ink, you kind of get the screen kind of starts changing color. You slow down.
Yeah. So this is actually a really interesting dynamic. We're looking up at the map on the gamepad screen right now, and basically what the orange team is deep in blue territory and is concentrating on basically around the blue's base. But blue is back. There's this one dude back in their base who's just partying on their entire thing. Smitty, do you see that? You got your base is like...
Blue is looking pretty dominant. I feel like we've had a couple matches that were really close. This one's looking pretty... Like the tide's swung pretty far in the blue direction.
And it's really easy when you're playing to just be concentrating on the action in front of your face, but that's the perfect reason why you got to be looking down at your gamepad screen. It's like, you might not notice that somebody's partying in your house, and you got to tap on your base. You got to tap on your base, shoot back there, you know, and basically save it. Smitty, that is not.
Look at that cat too. Look at that dancing cat. Ooh.
Yeah, you can see that coming. See now, anything over 50% is what we would generally call a whooping.
That's a beat down.
That was almost 60.
And look at that.
Oh man, they didn't even crack the top 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Next round, man, you better step it up. This is gonna be your last one, I think. If Smitty doesn't win this round, they're going to cut to Mr. Miyamoto. Keep track of your home base this time, man. something that we should know that I don't even know if we saw it, but you can't just run up and park yourself on the spawn point for the other person's base, right?
Yeah,
Like
there's
like
sort of like a little,
like a
an
force
invisible
field
dome.
Yeah, that's good. You know, there's nothing worse than basically getting splattered, popping back in, and then instantly getting splattered again.
Yeah, absolutely.
By someone like Ethan, who's hiding and waiting for you. All right, so Smitty's doing a better job of covering up back home.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of work down front. He's got a super weapon, but a lot of times you want to save that.
But you can still see the same dude, that same blue guy is he's already knocking on the door. They're well over the middle spot. Nice shot. So you saw him get, I mean, he got 26 points.
Yeah, this is that point of the map, that middle, where it always ends up just sort of both colors.
We didn't talk too much about that, but you saw the little graphics on the side of the screen there when he was walking in the blue ink. That it really feels awful when you're in your opponent's ink. It's like not only, I mean, every step is like you're pulling your foot out of tar.
Absolutely.
So you move really slowly, but like the edges of your screen get nasty. I mean, you do not want to be in it.
You don't want. You can see it right now. It's just like you feel that slow down. You know you're in trouble.
They're throwing splatter bombs. Like, see, they're trying to control this center corridor. And that guy right there, oh, nice. Those visceral moments, man, where you
I love
think,
when you get splattered, too. It's like you disappear into the ink, but like your sweater's like.
yeah, exactly. So all your gear's just lying there. Just a remembrance.
Like these guys are in like hardcore battle, but they're wearing like flannel shirts, shorts, like cool kicks.
Wow, Smitty brought his game. Smitty decided that he was sick of us ragging on him backseat driving as he's playing. My favorite hallway. I'm gonna name this hallway after me.
So you can tell he's saving his super weapon until he's deep in enemy territory.
Look at the streaks that. So I mean, that's just, I can't even quantify how much ink that is. Basically, when you unload that thing, it's basically a vertical wall, right?
It's like a spinning cyclone, and it lays out this long path. And it's great because you can use that to also to your advantage to swim through those.
Nice. You see, he keeps getting. I don't know if we mentioned that before, but you get a lot of warnings whenever you get low ink. So there's a lot of really good, but I think subtle indicators on screen about, you know, basically your player maintenance, like how much ink do I have, how much am I splattering. It's
yeah, that's part of it. Like when you're a squid, your ink's refilling so quickly that if you're constantly sort of going in and out of squid form, you're not going to notice that you're running low on ink. So it really is your advantage to sort of keep going into squid form.
I think I got to change my strategy, man. I feel a little, I got to say, I feel a little bit embarrassed about the way I normally attack this game. Oh, wait, hang on. Let's see.
Oh, look at that.
Nice. Redemption.
See, that's all it took. Like.
Yeah, you can do one more. You want? I can talk about this game all day. I don't even care. Yeah, I was saying, I feel like I'm a little embarrassed about my own strategy because when I get splattered, like, I mean, part of me wants to jump to the front lines, but part of me also knows that if I land right in the middle of a firefight, I'm probably just going to get splattered again. Yeah. So I kind of normally spawn back at the home base and then do a little housekeeping on my way back to the battle, you know, because I figure there's always going to be someone who made inroads, and going and kind of cleaning up along the way is adding, you know, it's like it's maintenance that you need to do.
Yeah,
you know?
Later on in the match, it's hard to run past a part like uncovered turf and not want to like. You're trying to get back to the front, but you're like, ooh, I gotta get that. I gotta get that. Gotta get that.
Yeah, exactly. And so you're doing good. It's not like you're wasting time going up there. Helpful. You're doing something that's
because as we've seen, like it can come down to like 1 percentage point. So like that could be that one little bit that you ran past, thinking like, I don't need to worry about that. That could be the difference.
Yeah. All right. So now I feel a little bit better about myself. But Smitty doesn't even care. He just like he launches the front lines every single time and then just gets splattered. And I guess ultimately, I mean, there's no real harm in going and getting splattered over and over again. I mean, obviously, you're exploding into a big pool of ink.
You're not. Yeah, I mean, well, the disadvantage is if you're at the front line, you go back to your base, but then you can jump back forward. But you're also helping. You know, somebody's probably by splattering you, you're probably going to be able to advance on that territory.
I guess there's no huge penalty though. It's not like you. I mean, obviously, if you get to the end, it says you got splattered 10 times. It's a little bit embarrassing, but it's not the end of the world.
No, because you could still have helped your team win. So.
I'm like obsessed with all these. Honestly, I feel like when I'm playing this, I don't notice any of these background elements. But now I'm like obsessed with all the graffiti and stickers and logos that I'm seeing in the background. It's like they've obviously already started fleshing this this inkling world out.
Yeah.
Like it exists
It
somewhere.
exists. It exists. I mean, there's a city. There's clearly like a monorail line above. Like I can't even imagine where this is gonna go.
Yeah. About it. We're starting to get some people waving at us, so I have a feeling that we're probably going to have to bail.
They're about to launch
out.
in another match, but I think as we've seen, like, the great game. We're going to have a lot more coverage of this game. Yep. So let's kick it over back to the Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 set. Yep. Got Mr. Miyamoto in the house. Thanks, guys, for watching.
Yeah. Thanks a bunch. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Eric.